everyone. In case you didn't know, I'm Jenny. This is Kevin, my now fiance. Little quick history. We've been dating we've been together for about a year and a half, more than a year and a half. And I am 39 weeks pregnant, and I got pregnant around January. So we were already a year together when we found out the news. So today we're gonna try to do a short video about pretty much my pregnancy experience. So the way it's gonna work, he's gonna ask me some questions, and I'm gonna answer them as truthful as possible, just to share our experience with you guys. So
I'll start it off. The first question: how and when did you find out you were pregnant?
How did I find out? Okay, so this was after New Year's Eve, and I had lost track of my period. So my period has always been on point every month, same day-ish, and I always typically get sore boobs for a couple of days before my period gets here, and I get a few cramps a day or two before. So the way this happened was I had sore boobs for about a week, and me and him were wondering where my period was for like the longest time, but it never occurred to me that I was pregnant. So I had sore boobs for a week, and I told him about it, and he was kind of weirded out about it, but I guess he kept quiet. He didn't exactly address like, you're pregnant, so I was just like, okay. Then second week went by, and I'm like, like I would always complain about my boobs and like being sore, and he was just kind of like, confused. And then third week, I'm like, oh my god, my boobs are sore. So I just thought I was having a wacko period, that was taking forever to come, and it was just, all over the place. And I would also feel menstrual cramps. So like I said, I just thought it was a very delayed, retarded period. And one day I had cravings, but I thought this was just me being me, because what girl is not a fat ass? So one day I wanted nachos and cheese specifically, like
that's what she asked for. That's
yeah,
what she told me
I
to get.
didn't want anything else. I really, really wanted nachos and cheese, and that's what he says made him think like, that's it, she's pregnant, right? I think.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think too much of it. It's just after hearing that, and I'm on my way to go get it, I ran into my mom, and my mom, like, she has this way of I guess predicting things, and she's, I would say, a high percentage, most of the time she's right. So I would say, honestly, with anything she tells me, I'm gonna lean towards that. And she automatically told me, who are you going to get nachos and cheese for? And I was like, for Jenny. And she goes, are you sure she isn't pregnant? Because those are cravings. In my head, immediately after my mom told me that, it sunk in, and I just knew deep down inside it was a high possibility.
Yeah, this was during those weeks of sore breasts and cramps. This was in between all of that. So everything was, adding up in his head, and meanwhile I was just there, like, oh my god, this is happening to me. My body's being weird. I was never like, do you think we're pregnant? Never. And then, yeah. How did you find it?
How did you feel? What did you think?
Oh yeah, so okay, so that was happening, and then really quick, that third week I was invited to go clubbing to like a strip club /club, and it was a girls' night, so obviously he was not a fan of it, but like he didn't try stopping me, but he was just not excited about it.
I wanted her to take a test before going. That's it.
Yeah, so he pretty much asked, like, it was a Monday, and then I think the event was on a Friday, and he's like, you're gonna be out there drinking, you don't even know if you're pregnant, and then that stuck to me. And it stuck to me in the way that I wanted to prove him wrong, but at the same time I was like, I can't be pregnant, but what if I am? So that Monday I was at work, and I didn't even tell him that I had intentions of taking a test. I went to CVS and I bought a $16 pregnancy test, and I took it in the middle of work. It was like lunchtime, maybe early. It was pretty early, and then I went to the bathroom and I took it, and I was shocked. I didn't even tell him what I was doing. I kind of just sent him the picture because I wanted him to be shocked with me. Like, it was just a lot to take in, and he's always been, I always knew he was a great guy, and I knew he wasn't gonna freak out and like run away or anything, so I kind of just sent it to him so we can go through it together. And yeah, I pretty much turned pale. I couldn't concentrate at work. I didn't think anything, I didn't think what, like, am I gonna keep this baby? No, I was just like, am I really pregnant? So I took 3 more tests, 4 in total. I bought in total 2 pregnancy tests, so $32 on tests, because I was just like, there's no way. And yeah, so what did I think? Yeah, I was just confused and shocked. That's pretty much what I thought. I wasn't thinking ahead yet, I was just trying to let it sink in first and then actually make any decisions. So
number 2, how did you tell Daddy? What did he say? How did he feel?
Yeah, so I sent him the picture.
And what did I say?
What did he say? Yeah, what did he say? Yeah, he pretty much was there for me. He pretty much made it all about me, because
I just asked her, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I was excited deep down inside, but I was nervous because I didn't know what her decision would be. And I knew what mine would be because I knew how I felt about her. And I'm glad she made the decision she made, but I was nervous, just as nervous as her.
Yeah, I didn't feel,
happy.
Yeah, he kept asking me, what do you want to do? And I kept saying, I don't know, because we weren't in the right place, but there was a zero part of me that wasn't thinking, how do you say this? There was not a part of me that did not want to keep her. Does that make sense? I was never going to not have her. I was always going to have the baby, but we just weren't in the right place. So
it was just a lot to take in at that moment.
Freaking out. Yeah, and we weren't living together. It was a lot. We didn't have our shit together.
We spoke about it, and stuff, but it's not like, we said, okay, we're gonna plan this and it's gonna happen now.
Yeah, so pretty much, I didn't have the right insurance.
It was a little freak out, but we did the research.
Yeah.
We came together as a team, calm approach.
I was more scared of telling everyone.
And we got everything situated, because at first we thought we were gonna have to pay for the pregnancy and everything, but I had a feeling, I knew that there's always a loophole in the system. Always. There's always some help out there. You just gotta do the research. So
we figured it out.
And it's coming along very well.
So now we're both extremely happy. Can't wait. She's taking her sweet time, but we cannot wait.
And she's healthy, so that's the important part. So number 3, when did you tell family and friends, and what were some of their reactions?
Okay, so I told my mom and dad, after the tests. I told my mom because, she's a woman, and, I needed to talk to somebody about this, but that wasn't a friend because it wasn't, real yet to me. So I told her, I'm like, Mom, I took 4 tests. I took a bunch of tests, and they were all positive. And then she was like, what? Oh, yeah, I also told her, I'm like, don't freak out. But she didn't freak out. She was just in awe, what, really? And then my dad, I called him because I needed a ride to the clinic the next day, a local clinic, because I wanted a nurse to tell me, to confirm, yes, you are pregnant, So, because I didn't have any symptoms yet, nothing other than those 2 things. I wasn't sick. So I asked my dad, and he didn't freak out. He was just like, yeah, I'll take you, and then I was at work, and then after work I got home, and he was just there, and I'm like, hey, and he was like, hi, And I was like, are you not freaking out about this whole thing? And he's like, I mean, you're 26 years old. Like, that's the age he had me. So he was like, it's all about figuring it out from here. But I low-key think he had baby fever, so that's why he didn't freak out. So, yeah, and then my brother kind of just, he didn't know. He just felt weird energy going on, and he asked my dad, like, he's like, Dad, I feel really weird. Like, can you tell me why do I feel this way? And this was like after my parents found out, and that was the weirdest. That was really weird. But my dad was like, well, I mean, we just found out your sister's pregnant, and he was just like what? And that's how he found out. And then when we found out we were pregnant, we were like 7 weeks in, so that's almost 2 months. And I waited 1 more month to tell my uncle, because he's always been a huge guardian to me and a coach, and he was like a second dad to me pretty much. So I have a lot of respect for him, and I was scared, to tell him, because
you didn't know what he would think.
No, I just thought he was gonna be like, but no, he was just shocked, because I know he sees me as his little niece forever, and he was just shocked, but he was like super happy afterwards, because he knows I can figure it all out. Yeah. So, and then we did, and that's how I told my family, and they're all happy now. We're set, like, they can't wait.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Wait, and then he told his family, I think a few days after, or the day of, but his mom knew, like, he called her to, like, schedule a talking session, and she just was like, Jenny's pregnant, right? Is that how it happened?
That's exactly how it happened. And it freaked me out when she said that, because I didn't know how to respond.
I
didn't know what
like,
to say.
I've been walking around this house, and everybody knew I was pregnant except me.
It's crazy. I don't know what it is with this family, but
yeah, he told his mom, dad, everybody, and they cried. They were so happy, and yeah.
So that's when we told our family. Number 4. How have you been feeling? Morning sickness, food cravings, or aversions? Other symptoms?
Now that I'm 39 weeks, I just feel huge and tired. Regular aches and pains here and there. Other than that, I feel fine. Just uncomfortable. I don't have any cravings anymore. I think it's because I'm so pregnant. I'm like, you know what? Like, I can't get any bigger than this. So I'm like, banana split, over here, ice cream, dessert. I don't care anymore. There's nothing there's no weight I'm trying to watch anymore. At the beginning of my pregnancy, I was very nauseous, so I was constantly eating, but I couldn't smell eggs. I couldn't look at vegetables. I couldn't smell oatmeal, and I think the only thing I would eat was like chicken and steak, like just protein, pure protein. In the middle of my pregnancy, I started craving those popsicles, those juice popsicles, because they would alleviate, like, whenever I felt nauseous. He would keep the house stocked with those. It was so funny.
I went to 3 supermarkets just to find it, because she was craving it, and finally I found it in Fresco. I won't forget.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart, Publix, Sedano's, and then finally Fresco.
Yeah,
so 4.
That was the second trimester, and now they're abandoned. Like, we still have, and I haven't touched them. So that was, I believe that was a craving.
Yeah.
And now 3rd trimester, all of that went away. So, no specific food cravings. All my friends, and yeah, a lot of my friends are disappointed because they think not my pregnancy, but my cravings are boring, because I never craved pickles or grass or dirt, and I've heard or read that, like, that happens to some women. The worst thing I craved was ice, so I think that's like regular.
Yeah, she likes ice though.
I love ice.
So what has surprised, number 5, what has surprised you most about being pregnant?
surprised me was the baby development. So when we went to our first ultrasound,
yeah, already there.
I mean, it's funny. Like now, if we were to see that ultrasound, we would laugh. But at the moment, that was amazing. You know, we literally saw a little, like,
Peanut.
yeah, we would call her a peanut because that's little peanut, a little bean.
She was a little almond.
Yeah, it was a little peanut, like pulsing. It was like a little heart. That's all she was. That's all we saw, a dot. And then after that, the next ultrasound was a few weeks later, maybe a month later, and we see a face, like we see a profile.
A rapid development.
We saw her spine, her little legs, and I mean, I think she was probably this big, but in the ultrasound, in the screen, like she looks full grown. And then after that, every other ultrasound was just, she would get bigger and bigger. We saw her hands, we saw all her toes.
More details to her
Her
structure.
lips shaped in the 3D ultrasound. She has his lips. For sure, I don't have a Cupid's bow like to save my life. Yeah, that's what has surprised me. He's trying to check. I don't. It's round. Mine is round. I've never had one. I draw them in. He has like the little mountains.
She's gonna look like her. I know it
It's
for
gonna
sure.
look like you.
And her face, the shape of the face, and everything.
We'll
It's
see.
just-
We'll see. Let's see. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be showing you guys a little mini you.
When we do a little update video.
It's gonna look like you.
So number 6. What do you like best about being pregnant? What do you like least?
So what I like best about being pregnant is the special treatment. I feel like a queen, especially now that I'm even bigger. Like everybody's just like, they offer you the best seat in the house. You know, everybody just, you know, wants you to sit down.
Sorry about that.
Everybody wants to feed you. They want to make sure you have like a drink in your hand. You know, it's just a special treatment. And I tell him all the time, I know I'm gonna feel invisible when I'm not pregnant anymore, because like I've had so much, you know, everybody's so nice to me right now. And it's like, I think this is part of being pregnant.
What do you like least?
Yeah, what I like the least is feeling limited. So having him help me get out of the car, which
Even though she doesn't let me.
it's super sweet, but I
can do it myself.
I don't let him, because that's how much I hate it. Like I feel
I mean,
like
I could feel her.
I feel like I'm 70 years old, and I'm coming from like literally before I found out I was pregnant, I was doing high intensity workouts, and now I have to help him take me up the stairs, get me out of bed. It's so, to me, it's embarrassing, but it's not. I know it's not. It's part of pregnancy. I should embrace it, but that's what I like least. Number 6.
Number 7.
Yes, number 7.
Number 7. So when did you find out the gender? What had mom and dad each guessed? How did you feel when you found out the gender?
Yeah, so we found out the gender. We were about 14 weeks pregnant. I think that's 3 months. And the reason we found out so early is because nowadays they do blood work and a NT scan, I believe. So it's pretty much scanning the baby's neck to make sure they don't have Down syndrome.
Down syndrome, yeah.
Yeah, so we did that, and then I think a week or 2 after, they had the results, and pretty much we just had to call in and tell them to prepare a little envelope for us. So he was working remote. He was working outside sales, right? So he had a little bit more freedom than I did. You know, I was just in an office way far away from the doctor's office, and that's where the envelope was. So I asked him, I'm like, can you please take a time in your day to pick up the envelope? Like, it's driving me nuts. I really want to know what it is. So He did, and when he told me he had it, I was just like, oh my god, and he was so far away, and I was like, please hurry up, because he was all the way, like probably 30 minutes away, yeah, opposite side of town, and I just couldn't wait. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't open it, because you don't understand, well, you might understand, we were just so anxious, and everybody wanted us to do, like, give it to somebody else so they can do a reveal for us, and we were both on the same page, like, no, we want to know right now. Like, right now.
But as much as I wanted to open it, I really didn't, because it wouldn't be fair. I wouldn't forgive myself for opening it till this day without her being present. I wanted the reactions to be as natural as possible and have it at the same moment as her. And we did record that, so maybe I guess we could probably post that.
Yeah. So I'll put a little snippet of it. It was hilarious. So we both, for the longest time, we knew it was a boy. It's not a boy, but we thought it was a boy.
Yeah, we really thought it was a boy.
Yeah, so I say we knew because we were so sure of it.
Sorry, that's my alarm for school.
So we were set on having a boy. My mom kept buying me pink clothes. She would always greet me like, oh my god, how are my girls? And so would his mom. It was crazy. His grandma was like, you're having a girl. And he was like, shut up. And so I was expecting to see it's a boy. So he gives me the envelope. I get in the car. I like ran away from work for like 10 minutes just to get in the car and open this goddamn envelope. So I put my camera on the dashboard in the car so it can record us, and he gives me the envelope. I start opening it, and so I was taking way too long, and he's like, like, you're doing it so slow. And I did see, I did get a little glimpse because I was opening it, and then when I look at my cell phone camera facing me, I can see like a peach color inside of the paper, and I was like, it didn't hit me. I was just like, what? So I opened it, and that paper, I've never seen a paper more pink in my life. It was completely pink, and it had a tiara with a bedazzle on top, and it just said, big letters, keep calm, it's a girl. So me and him, like,
the reaction was priceless.
Him and I just started cracking up.
2.
But it was more like, was it nervous laughs? I don't know. Like, we were just
more of a shock.
Yeah, we were just laughing because we were like, it's a boy.
And we were both proved wrong.
And we were laughing because of everybody around us
saying that it's gonna be a girl.
Yeah.
And they were right.
Yeah. So.
So that's what we had each guessed, and that was our reaction. But how did you feel? How did we feel?
Oh
now?
Yeah, we were. In the video, he's like, oh my god, but then he's like, I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm super happy.
I'm happy, and honestly, even though I thought it was a boy, I would always tell him, honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't care what they are. I'm gonna love them. And now I always joke around with him. I'm like, imagine like she comes out a boy, and he's like, no, like I want Alina. Like I just want her. I don't want a boy. So we're in love.
Can't wait. So number 8. When and how did you pick out a name? Any significance?
Yeah. So her name was probably picked out very early on. Yeah, very early on. It was actually before the gender reveal party. So it was probably a week after we found out the gender. I was at work, and I kept sending him names. I kept sending him names for weeks and days, and there was a couple that he's like, you know what, I really like that name, or that one's nice, or yes, that's it. And I was on this website that had like over 1,000 names, probably way more. There was pages of A's, and I didn't even get past them. So one day I see the name Alina, and it looked very unique to me. and it was beautiful. So I took a screenshot and I sent it to him. And I just remember seeing like him freak out on the text messages. He was just like, yes, that's it, that's her name, I don't want to see anything else. He sent me so many emojis. He kept writing the name over and over, and then I was like, okay, he loves it, nice, so this is going to be one of our options. So of course I keep sending him more names as the week goes by, and he was just not settling for anything else, and I thought it was adorable because it's his little girl, and like I think the name's beautiful, and honestly I think the fact that he was so in love with it kind of won me over, because he's a daddy, and I mean, at the end of the day I love the name too, so that's
what
you wouldn't settle for any other name.
I would
Any
not.
significance? There's no significance. We just honestly thought it was beautiful, and he said before he can never. I think it's a name that he'll never get sick of.
Yeah, no, I can see myself saying it every day. So yeah, that's the name, Alina.
Alina, yes.
Alina.
In the paper, in the website, it was spelled Aleena, but we live in Miami where it's like
a lot
people.
of Hispanics.
A lot of Hispanics, and I didn't want her to be in class and people like misspell her name all the time, so I made it plain and simple. Alina. Like, you can't go wrong. So.
Alright, so number 9. When did you first feel the baby kick or move? Are there any places she kicks a lot, or times of the day she's very active? Has Dad felt her kicking?
So.
First question.
Yeah,
when did you first feel the baby kick?
So I first felt the baby kick around maybe 20 weeks, because I remember people kept asking me, is she moving? Is she moving? And for the longest time, everyone thought she was lazy, and it kind of sucked because it's like, I don't feel anything, but I mean, she could be somersaulting in there.
I was always anxious to see when she was gonna start moving, and then out of nowhere, like finally, she's just moving. And I guess I didn't even really think about when it happened. It just became normal.
Yeah, I remember because his grandma, my mom, everyone was always like, I was barely 4 months, and people were like trying to like, is she moving? Is she moving? And it's like,
I mean, I was talking to her since she was a peanut. So.
Yeah. He started talking to the baby when it was like this big, and I had a flat stomach, and I'm like, babe, this feels weird, like. But yeah, so I didn't feel her until like I was probably 20 something weeks, like mid 20, because all I felt were bubbles, and I didn't, like nobody was gonna feel that if you put your hand on my stomach. So I was like, is this gas? Is this her? So I started to really, really feel some little kicks at like 28 weeks, and it was like little feet all the way at the bottom. It was never up here on the sides. It was always at the bottom. I'm like, wait, she's standing up? Like, she was always at the bottom, and it was always like this, little flutters. And then finally, after 30 weeks, I started feeling like an actual baby's like little feet over here, and she did start having a routine after that. She would wake up at a certain time in the morning, midday, afternoon, and move for like 20 minutes or more non-stop, and it was the same routine every day. So and then Dad felt her move like very late because
every time you'll call it out, like she'll stop moving.
It was hard to catch her because it was so sudden, but then now she actually moves. She'll be moving straight for like 20 minutes, so he could literally put his hand on my stomach and
feel
on my belly, and
times.
he'll feel all the action. She kicked him on the head once. That was awesome because he was like this on my belly. Can you see that? Yeah, he was laying down, and then my stomach went up, and he went like this. He went like this, and he was like, she kicked Daddy!
Already. So, Alina, I'm coming for you. I'm not going to forget that. But yeah, I guess it was what? I mean, I definitely felt her move way later.
Yeah, he's even felt like her foot, like her single foot.
Okay, so now next one. Do you think, on number 10, do you think she will arrive early, late, or right on time? Well, at this point, she's
Late. Just
obviously
kidding.
not early.
Yeah, so it's Monday, August 27th, and we just became 39 weeks pregnant, like literally starting the 39th week. So she can't possibly come early anymore, but because everybody kept telling me they had a feeling she was, it got to my head, and I just, I thought by week 37 I was having pelvic pain, and I thought I was in labor. Oh my god, amateur. So I thought I was in labor, but I wasn't. And after that I think it was so early that I started wanting her to come out, and now all these weeks I've been so anxious, but it's completely normal to be pregnant still. So normal. And like, I guess people that haven't had kids don't realize that, they're just like, wow, she's taking her sweet time, and it's like, no, I think she's doing all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to the doctor today, and my body is pretty much ready for her to be here. She's just high up. Not really high up. She's just high up.
She's up there.
She's just not, she hasn't dropped pretty
She's
much.
hanging
So
around.
I need to do some walking to get this started. So I think she's gonna be here right on time. I don't think she's gonna be late, because my body is already, my cervix is really, really soft. So she might be here 2 days or 2 days before, 2 days after, or right on time. So that's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. What kind of birth, number 11, what kind of birth do you plan on having? Who will be there?
So I plan on having a vaginal birth. I'm honestly not scared of going into labor, but I am scared of going natural, like no drugs. So I might just say yes to the epidural, just because I don't know, I've never experienced this, so I'm just scared. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear, but definitely vaginal, and a C-section if it's an emergency. I don't want to schedule a C-section just because, but I'm not against it. The baby will decide pretty much. Who will be there? In the room, if it's vaginal, it'll be both our moms, because they're moms, they've done this. That's what I said, vaginal. Oh. Oh my god, vaginal birth.
Do you want to edit
No, it's fine.
that? You should.
Yeah, so I won't go.
I just want to tell you before you kept saying it.
Oh my god. How many times did I say it like that?
3 or 4 times.
Vaginal.
That.
Vaginal. So.
Tomato.
Oh my god, yes. So both our moms, like, they have to be there. I think, yeah. And then I don't want any more than 3 people.
No,
there.
that's more than enough.
Yeah.
That's more than enough. That's
I
the
know,
time that
I'm
she
already,
needs to be
like-
alone, and I think me being in the room is more
I'm
than
already
enough.
super shy as it is, and I can't imagine more people in there while I'm there trying to, push this baby
Push something out of her, So
Yeah, so, and then if it's C-section, obviously only he can be in there, so, yeah. And outside of the room, of course, our family, anybody, his cousin, Christina, shout out to his godmother, his brothers, his grandma, my uncle, my mom, no, my mom's gonna be inside, my dad, my brother, everybody, anybody that wants to be outside can be outside, of course. Come on, like, this is Kevin's first baby.
Our first baby.
I know, but it's weird that he's having a little girl, so that's why
I
it's
know. I come from 3 boys, just so you guys can understand. That's the reason why she says that. So I'm the one that broke the cycle. There's 3 boys, on my side, and
There's a boy on my side, my brother, so it's like,
she's them too.
this little girl is gonna be,
She's gonna be the princess,
So spoiled.
the queen
oh lord,
of the family.
literally. Literally.
She has a great godmother, Christina, my cousin Tina, and then godfather Ben Mono, which is my brother. And we're blessed, we're happy, we're excited, we can't wait. Alright, so back to it. Number 12. So what are you doing to prepare for the baby? Nursery classes, leaving work, finding a daycare, etc.
Okay, so we already had our baby shower like a month ago, and we got so much stuff. We got everything, so we're set, we're stocked. We have her crib here. I have my hospital bag ready, our hospital bag ready. I've been reading this book.
Right here.
Yeah, Baby Wise. It was recommended to me, and honestly, I wish my parents read this. I'm just kidding.
We had another book also that my
Yeah.
mom had originally gotten us. That she
Oh my
had
God,
read,
yes! Like
and it
I
was
was,
amazing.
I had a little peanut in here, and she got us.
A book for each of us. One for fathers and then one for mothers.
Yeah,
New.
what she got me the Bible of pregnancy, pretty
Yeah.
much. What to expect when you're expecting, and then his was called something for that father.
The expectant father.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They're great books.
Yes.
isn't it?
So that one was Baby Wise. So that one is for how to prepare your baby for sleeping, feeding, and just just preparing a scheduled time so your baby
Can have a routine and stuff. Can have a routine.
yeah, like so your baby's not like so he can sleep and nap at the right time, be fed at the right time, scheduled.
So the schedule's not out of whack, basically.
No, yeah, so you don't have a baby running you're running the baby pretty much. That's the shortest way I can describe this book. Yeah.
So
I haven't found a daycare because
we have a huge family, and right now I think we're not gonna need that for a little bit. But at the
I
end
don't
of
want
the
to
day,
leave her anywhere else. I know for a lot of families, like there's no
There's
other
no
way,
option.
but
but we have options,
I
and we're gonna take advantage of that.
hope so. I mean, yeah, I definitely want to spend as much time as I can with her, and that will be another. I want to deal with that after she's out. Right now, all I have in mind is having her out and just raising her for the first couple months and
Yeah.
then figuring that out.
Maybe like after a year we'll start deciding about a daycare or something if it's necessary. But for now, we're just worried about the baby coming out and taking care
Yeah.
of her.
So we're definitely ready for her.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Number 13. What has Daddy been doing to take care of Mom?
Everything pretty much. Like I've been so blessed, and I'm so lucky to have this man right here. The moment he found out that I was pregnant, he's been there for me. He's been to every appointment, even appointments he had to stay in the lobby for. Yeah, so he went to every appointment, and even the ones that were blood work as well. Like we went for 5 minutes and they took out blood, and he was there. He missed one appointment and he hates it.
Killed, bro. To this day, I dread it, and I know it wasn't really all that important, but still, I promised her
Yeah, it was
I
a
would be
regular
there
checkup,
every step of
Like-
the way.
checking blood pressure, measuring my belly. That was it. No ultrasound, and I was like, you don't even have to be there, and he freaked out. I don't remember what happened, but it was very
I
important.
think it was something I had to do at work.
Yeah, so
I couldn't get out early or something.
he
like
missed that one appointment out of many, but I mean, yeah, he didn't miss any other ones. So he's still going with me to the doctor. We went to the doctor today. And he's just been there every step. He comes from work because he works graveyard shift, and he takes me to work. He picks me up from work. I haven't lifted a finger. He makes me breakfast. I don't know. He helps me get out of the car. He helps me everywhere I go. Even if I'm carrying the littlest thing, he helps me. It's the best. It's amazing. I love him. So that's what he's been doing. He's given me massages. He's talked to the baby. I'm telling you, since the moment he found out. So like I said, he was talking to a flat stomach
A peanut.
with a peanut in it, and
But she was still there, so.
I mean, maybe, you know, that's gonna make her a great person.
Yeah.
But when it was happening, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, and he still kept doing it. He would read to her, say goodnight, and he still talks to her till this day. So Alina, baby girl, that was what your daddy was doing. He's loved you from day
We
one.
both love you very much.
Yes, we do.
Continue to, and I'm just getting started. I'm gonna continue to do many things for mommy, and now
And you.
my new little princess. I got my queen already. Now I got my princess.
Oh yeah, so we been together for a year and a half
Yeah, just
and
about.
plus. So I think the last thing he did was about 2 weeks ago. He asked me to be his wife.
What did you say?
I said yes, of course. So pretty much, you know, he wanted to,
Let Alina know.
our baby girl, he wanted her to know her parents were committed. And, you know, I know we're going to take a ton of pictures and, you know, she's going to see this ring. She's going to see us. And, you know, we both want her to know that her parents were committed and we're all in this together. And I know that's going to raise a very happy, healthy girl. So
Yes. it
that's
is.
the last thing we did to prepare for baby. And I was so shocked. I was so shocked. I didn't know this was going to happen so soon. Like, we knew we loved each other, but this was just huge. This was just a cherry on top, pretty much,
I just want
to
her to
this
go to work
pregnancy.
anywhere. You know, after that day, I want her to start off her day, or even in the middle of the day, just look down at her hand and see a ring there. You know, a ring that means something, and so she can know that I love her and that this is true and this is real. So that's why I went ahead and did that.
So you wanted me to walk down the street and people.
No, that she's taken. Okay,
Yeah.
she already has a loyal man.
Yes,
So,
I do.
and I love her.
I love you too. We
So
have like
what
3
round?
more questions left.
Well, what, 14, right?
What do you hope for your baby? So I
14.
hope she is extremely healthy. I think I'm gonna hope everything every parent hopes. I hope she's super healthy 100% and she's just always surrounded by great people and she's very loving, and I mean she is gonna be surrounded by a lot of, you know, loving family. So I just hope for health and street smart and book smart.
We'll definitely guide her the right way, and I know that she's gonna be taught so well to the point that she will make the right decision. So I'm not really worried about that, but
What do you hope for baby?
I do hope. I want her to be just a great person all around, which I know she is, but just be humble. You could be exciting, happy, loving, just like your dad and your mom, but you know, just listen to mommy and daddy. That's it. I'm not gonna control you. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just gonna guide you, but I just want you to listen to us because we mean the best. And that's all I hope for you, is just pure greatness, healthiness, and you live as long as possible, you know, until you're 180,000 years old.
Oh my
I love you.
god.
I love you.
Oh,
That's all I hope for you, because I know you'll be
a
alright.
lot.
So, number 15. What are you worried or unsure about?
With her, I'm not worried about anything. We've had a pretty good pregnancy. All our results have always been normal. You know, aside a few things with me, like maybe 1 or 2, everything has been normal with her. And even our latest ultrasound, literally my doctor had nothing to say. He was like, normal, everything's normal, you're good. So I'm not worried about anything with her. I think the only thing I'd be worried about is labor. You know, I hope it all goes well. But, you know, I think that's every mom's worry at first, you know, just getting her out safely. I'm not unsure about anything. I'm just gonna figure everything out as it comes. You know, I think every new parent, you know, doesn't know what they're doing at some point.
I think that's part of nature, you know?
Yeah, you just figure it out, so.
And what am I worried or unsure about if I were to have to answer that? Boys. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's way too early to say, but yeah, I mean, I'm not worried or unsure about much. You know, just can't wait till you're out. That's it. I can't wait to meet you. So, to answer the question. Now, the last but not least,
Ooh.
Okay, question.
Finally, right?
This is where you'll know. But would you do it all over again?
Would I?
I don't think I should ask her while she's almost 9 months pregnant, right?
Yeah, so we've talked about this, and I definitely want more kids. Like, you know, I didn't have a rough pregnancy, and there is one condition. We want to take a break. You know, like I think it's more because we dated for a year and then she came, and we haven't experienced a lot together, and this pregnancy like really held me back physically, not baby did not hold me back from anything. I'm still thriving, okay? It just held me back physically, you know, like I couldn't walk too much at a certain place, you know, I couldn't sit down for too long, and I want to do this all with, you know, him and her, but I definitely can't be pregnant back to back because we just started our journey together, and I think I would take like a year or two.
And I would want her to take a break too, because
Of
at
a
the
break,
end of the
but
day,
I definitely
she
want
is
more
human.
kids.
She needs to take a break.
I mean, there's mommies that just go back to back.
I know, but that's-
I think they're strong. Or they're just, you know, been there, done that. I don't know. I definitely need a break. But does Alina want siblings? Probably.
I just can't imagine having one here and then, hey, wait, where's the other one? Oh my god. No,
I guess that's us, right?
I'd rather just wait a little bit, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody's different. So, that's how we're going to do this. Alina, we love you.
We love you very much. And that's why we're doing these things. And all these videos and stuff, obviously, is your mom's idea because she's the creative one. She's the artsy one. But I'm the supportive one. So, you're going to see many more videos, okay?
Yeah.
Of you know, of us, and then of course you growing up with us.
Yeah, so this is the start of our little vlog. I'm sorry about the fan at the beginning. I completely forgot to turn that off. But other
this is our second video, so
yeah, I know we had to redo it.
So we're not gonna redo this one, okay?
We have to do a third one. Yeah, so the first one came out too wonky, and then now this one I forgot.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Who did I get that word from? Is it my boss?
Wonky.
Yeah, the first one came out wonky, and then this one, I forgot to turn on the freaking fan that was right next to the camera, so I guess we're still figuring this out.
I mean, I know you can still hear us though, so that's the important part.
Yeah, so other than that, that was our little pregnancy experience. So glad to have shared it with you guys. I mainly did this video because I don't want it to become a blur, and then I'm older and I can't remember bits and pieces.
Which is a great idea, I believe. So
yeah, I wanted to remember everything. So everything's in this video. Any specifics would probably be a separate video. But other than that, that was our pregnancy experience. It was great. He was great. She's almost here. And to finish it off, I'm just going to show you guys my 39-week belly. So this is my... Yep. This is her, guys. This is my 39-week belly. Every mommy's different, so I mean, whether she's big or small, every belly varies. I've come to realize that after, you realize everyone's either like, you're too big, you're too small. So yeah, she's in there, she's brewing, and she's almost out of the oven. So next time you guys see us, you will see us with a little bundle of joy.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
So we're at Dolphin Mall. We literally filmed a video an hour ago, and now we're here. Your daddy wanted to take me out to Cine Bistro. It's a very luxurious movie theater, and I've never been, so we get to experience that today, Alina. This is what you're eating. You're eating pizza.
And I'm sure you love it because mommy loves it.
Yeah, so we're also walking a ton because we're just so desperate to meet you. And I mean, 39 weeks.
So,
you could be here
explain.
any minute. Explain what?
Explain to her why we're walking.
Okay,
We were told
so
we were
you are still very you're high up. You're supposed to be lower in order for me to go into labor. So you're still high up in my uterus. Yes, you're still high up. So you need to be just a little lower for this to get started. So we're doing a ton of walking, trying to speed up the process. So I mean, you still have technically a week to be in there. So, I mean, take your time if you need to, but we're doing what we can to...
Well, hurry up!
You don't understand. Us, your grandparents, we just want to know who you are already. Like, we're so excited. That's why we're trying to get you out as soon as possible. But, oh my God, I know it can be any minute. And in the big picture, this is gonna fly, you know, you're gonna be huge, you're gonna be a freaking teenager, and we were, you know, a week for us right now felt like an eternity. So
I love you, mamita.
Love you too. We're gonna go be fat asses now, so goodbye.